It says YFA has some information on the Board of Trustees meeting tomorrow evening. Speakers will be limited to 3 minutes each to allow the most people to speak. Tonight we found out it was 2 minutes. So my question is, why, if this information is incorrect, then why was it not corrected over the email to let us prepare ahead of time?
I don't entirely believe it when you say you have to take away $8 million worth of educational and community services. I believe that the students and faculty are being used as pawns in a high-stakes political maneuver in the capital. That has to do with wresting control of tax-based funds, and that doesn't matter to them if academic careers are ruined and student futures are short-circuited. So when I hear about plans to eliminate the entire mass communications department and all student media at Modesto and our other worthy programs, I know that not only is it wrong to remove the voice of the students, but it is also completely unnecessary, a frightened response to alarmist politics.
The basis for the proposed cut is, quote, 69% of job openings in the culinary arts offer starting hourly wages ranging from $8.74 to $9.74. These jobs do not generally require post-high school education. Employees are frequently trained on the job. The 69% of job openings that is listed here are not the type of jobs that Bob Glad is training his students to take. He is training his students for the other 31%. The first semester of culinary is basic cooking techniques. However, the second semester is more of a business class than a cooking class. My husband is currently a student in this program and frequently comes home with assignments that involve spreadsheets, costing products, and critical thinking. The skills that he's learning to master would make him a little bit more overqualified than a minimum wage job at Taco Bell. Would you cut the business department because Walmart doesn't require a degree?
I'm here to tell you that the justification, one of the main justifications for basically eliminating the mass communications programs that Dr. Lowenstein gave was the lack of jobs, So I'm here to tell you that $1.7 trillion are spent annually by consumers for entertainment and media, products, okay? And that over 2 million people, the Bureau of Labor Statistics said that over 2 million people get jobs in this business.
And I am here at this meeting because of hundreds of people across the nation that are graduates of this program that are working in this business, that are entertaining millions of people all across the country on a daily basis.
Eliminating all foreign language programs except Spanish would be a major step backwards at a time when international communication is becoming crucial for success.
Our product is comprehensive technical education. Our numbers of graduates, the companies who have contacted you individually, and the people standing in this room are visual proof of the quality of the product we deliver. If we did not deliver a quality product, they simply wouldn't be here.
You have listed that this program is equipment intensive and therefore carries high costs relative to the number of students served. This is a valid reason to cut a program, however, it is untrue. The students pay an additional $125 in material fees when enrolling in this program. There are 48 students in the semester, 24 in the second. Whatever isn't covered by this $9,000 budget comes out of the department account that is funded by the sale of food to students and staff during the second semester. This budget more than makes up for the equipment-intensive aspect. As a matter of fact, when the carpet needed to be replaced in the classroom, Bob used the department account to pay for it when it should have come out of the school's pocket. Yes. The only thing the school pays for this department aside from Bob's salary is $610 for a health permit and $725 for fire safety. And I'm sure if you ask the students, they'd be willing to take an extra $20 to material fee to make up the cost. If they don't, maybe we can have a bake sale.
You have not given us a chance to even address how we can possibly save the program. You just want to axe it. Thank you.
The media and radio department is irrelevant and no longer part of our future. I respect you. We've talked. I think you're a great man. I think you're very intelligent. However, I think that your position is wrong. In one semester at this college, I was able to take the radio program and was employed at Clear Channel Radio. In a second semester at this college, I was able to start my own media business. My brother came here and took the industrial arts program, and in one semester was employed as an assistant machinist. In another semester was employed full-time as a union welder. In this economy, with 40% living under the poverty level and 20% unemployment, vocational arts is the fastest means to put our state back in business. We're giving you new information tonight. New information demands new cognition. To keep the media arts department open, you need to employ 2 faculty people, probably at a wage of around $150,000 in total, I'm guessing. I would like to see that happen. I understand cuts have to be made. I understand your responsibility. And there's no money. I get that. But I do beg you to minimize the draconian aspect of eliminating the department.
Also, let us remember what the goal of the community college is. First, to award second-year associate degrees. Second, provide first and second years of transfer requirements to 4-year universities. Third, vocational and technical training. And fourth, remedial courses, ESL, and non-credit adult programs. Many of the proposed cuts will hinder the college's successful completion of these roles.
I'd like to address the fact that we opened this meeting here with the Pledge of Allegiance and the oath to defend the Constitution against against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That means something very dear to me, and I'll tell you why. All the vocational departments that are being cut, your architectural engineering, your industrial technology, dental assisting, all these have launched America, as I believe Professor Thorpe had said, into a superpower. You're tearing away at that. You're making yourselves basically a domestic enemy by doing that.
Giving President Lowenstein, excuse me if I mispronounced that, a budget proposal that will make us self-supportive. We, some students and concerned parents, made a budget proposal that would reduce 3 associate teachers. It would reduce 1 faculty from 12 to 10 months, but it would not eliminate the center. We are coming to forums, yet it seems as though our efforts are being ignored. You see, this center is more than a community child care center, as our president called it. This is where parents are given the opportunity to better themselves. We offer them a service that removes the barrier of not having child care. They are motivated by the learning environment their children are exposed to, and they are encouraged by the warm smiles of the concern. Cutting this program will cut into many parents' goals of completing their education and create another hurdle that most of us will have.
Without the disability class, I would not be able to type. I would not be able to do a lot of things. I might have gave up a long time ago. My grade average is around 3.30 or something. And with Nancy Creel, she has helped me in translating books for me. I would not have been able to pass a class that year, the first year I met her. Dr. Kennard was one of the first classes I took. She put up with me because I did not know how to write a report. She redlined every paper I got, but I stuck with it, and she passed. I passed with a B. That's when I realized I could do this. We cannot lose teachers like this. We cannot lose these small portion classes that we have in the disability, not even one.
My name is Nancy Carilla. I've been proud to be at this college for the past 15 years. I'm a classified staff employee and I'm a part-time faculty employee. I serve the disabled community and I'm an alternate access media specialist. I knew this was going to be hard. And I'm an assistive technology instructor. I teach 2 classes. One of the classes I teach is assistive technology for people like the people that you see up here. They're blind. Some of them have various types of disabilities like strokes and stuff like that. But also, I do Braille. Okay, that may seem simple to some people, but it's not as simple as you think. I'm going to stick to the script. It might be easier. I teach various types of specialized adaptive computer software. I also teach improving learning potential for individuals who have acquired brain injuries, memory loss, and other cognitive deficits. These programs are complex. They're not simple to learn and they're not simple to teach. I create my own textbooks. It takes me time, long hours. I create my own teaching materials. They are valuable to our community. I receive referrals from our community, like doctors and specialists. I receive calls from parents saying that their children were in car accidents and can I help them. I receive calls from rehabilitation agencies. This program is the beginning of a new life for many. When I started this position, I didn't want to take this position. I told my boss, I said, you know what, I'm a technologist. I'm not an acquired brain injury specialist.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Wait! Anyhow, I have training and I have degrees. I have over 450 hours in additional training from the California Community College Association that was paid for. I just want you guys to know that access to technology and web access is a requirement underneath Section 508.
Thank you so much for your comments. There are additional individuals that would wish to speak.
I will close with that.
To quote Dr. Lowenstein from his proposal, he said job opportunities in print journalism have become non-existent. This is true. However, jobs in online journalism are flourishing. We need to prepare students for 21st century journalism right here at MJC.
Printing programs left in Northern California, or the last one. So you have the thank you card that I had my students print, and I signed and thank you, and you have the opportunity to support our program, or you can keep that memento as the last thing and the last printing program in Northern California is printed.
All any of us want to do is to better ourselves, better our community, so we can work these jobs, make money so we can pay these taxes to help this deficit we're in.
There's history, and there is a dynamic relationship between this community college and the community. My father, a product of the Amnesty Act of the 70s, came to this school in the class of 79. He came from vocational studies and now works hard, diligently, daily, constant for the furtherance of my education. Because of him, I am here to represent these students. 1 into 2,000, 20,000, whatever you like to call it. Thank you for it.
I'd like to speak to the proposed cuts to foreign languages and journalism specifically. I'd like to address what I see as some very faulty criteria being used to cut programs. For starters, looking at success rates. Judging classes and programs based on success rates alone encourages faculty to dumb down courses or pass undeserving students, and that is not excellence.
I would appreciate if you guys looked at me while I spoke to you guys too, so. You guys are planning on cutting 70% of the whole art department, and photography will be greatly impacted by that. And we have one of the very few and best programs out there right now. And there's too many dedicated students, and the faculty is amazing. Without them, I would never have the motivation and any kind of motivation to want to do anything. They are best ever. Like, any faculty here, through all my classes, through general ed, I have nothing but the best professors ever. And any cuts and eliminating complete programs is obscene, honestly. How can you just completely get rid of a whole entire program? It doesn't make sense. There's other solutions, and I don't think you guys are digging deep enough.
Where was the communication? Where was the communication for this budget? 3 out of 14 people on the budget committee, not including the president himself, was informed about this budget and what was on it. What does that say when committees that are for the budget aren't being told?
Here, here! I've come to know each and every staff. It has been my honor to be able to call them my family. I understand that this is not always the case, because others are not as lucky to have been able to participate in this program as long as I have. I truly look at the staff as my child's grandparent or aunt.
some sort of delivery system to find an audience. When radio became a mass media, the public was told that the new technology would put newspapers out of business. It didn't. When television became commonly available in the late 1940s, it was predicted that it would replace radio. It didn't. And now with the rise of the internet, you are saying that the radio and TV department has become culturally irrelevant. The department at MJC is focused on the creation and production of content and how to manage it, unlike many other media programs in the colleges across the country. If I teach a student how to write 30 seconds of copy for broadcast, it will work equally well on radio, television, or the internet. It's the same for all of the disciplines of production. For example, if the internet were the sole pipeline of distribution, there would still be a need for all the people who do this work: writers, editors, producers, directors, reporters, and cameramen.
I mean, I remember my own situation, this lone kid driving into the fog every day, trying to figure out what he wanted to be. And somehow I found my way into the journalism program here at MJC in 1976. Will Sims was the teacher then, and that began a very long relationship over the years. I was able to help Will with his projects with the Journalism Association of Community Colleges. More importantly, I think the fire that was lit by Will in 1976 was realized in 1987 when I won the Pulitzer Prize for Spot News Photography. I urge you to carefully consider the ramifications of cutting this program, which reach much farther than saving some money in the budget. Your program is preparing students for important careers that keep our cities, states, the country, and the world
informed and checked. Thank you. You are biting into the time of the speech.
His rationale for cutting media arts, including radio, TV, film, and journalism. The president says that while MJC Pirates Radio provides a service to the community, it has a low number of students graduating with AA degrees and few job prospects for those who earn degrees. I have a major problem with how these departments are being evaluated. They are being evaluated as traditional academic programs when what they truly are hybrids of academic and vocational programs. Students have gotten jobs through our departments without degrees and without even declaring radio as their major. This is the case for one student who is in my beginning class right now with a job in radio. His name is Aaron Duchesne. He's not even a radio major. He's a major of computer science. And after one class, he got a job at KCIV here in Modesto. In other cases, some students who don't have their degrees, it's because they transfer to a four-year institution and then get their BAs without getting their AA first. I'm one of those students.
A recent study has shown that society receives nearly $9 in benefits for every $1 invested in its children. The benefits include increased earnings, employment, family stability, decreased welfare dependency, and crime costs. These children are more likely to graduate from high school and attend college. They're less likely to need public assistance as adults and less likely to be arrested or incarcerated. A working, educated parent sets a role model for life for these kids, promoting hard work and education.
How many of you would come to a fundraiser to save these programs?
I understand that the state, as a journalism instructor, as somebody in community colleges, and been around different community colleges in the state, I understand we're faced with a big financial crisis. So severe decisions have to be made. But outright elimination is something that needs to be revisited. Cut, but don't eliminate.
I ask for a fair share, not the full share.
Those in favor of the recommendation, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Those not in favor, please signify by saying no. The recommendation is carried.
I would just like to say that I thought we'd never say this, but on behalf of the entire student body, I'm pretty confident I can say this. I'm very disgusted by your actions. From your February meeting, I'm going to quote from your minutes. And Dr. Jones-Smith reported that whatever steps the board made, which just happened tonight, would be student-based. That is not the case, ladies and gentlemen, at all. And I would just like to know that you said that there are things that are being cut. There are students that are being cut from this school. Yes. There are laws that are being violated, including the Brown Act. And we will be sending you a letter with student government. And I just want you to know, as one of the students that may be cut because I am in the services for the blind, I think myself and all the other disabled students and struggling single parents deserve to finish here at MJC.